the next show we're going to be talking about is Infinity Force. So,
oh, yeah. No, this is entirely you.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't even, I read the first line and was like, nope, not going to do it. Not going to do it.
So, this show, even though it's not it's an old school superhero show brought into current time. It's basically,
yeah, that I'm kind of looking at it though. The dude who looks like I recognize that. The white cape with almost looks like a falcon.
Yes.
I swear I recognize that. Where did it come from?
Yeah, so basically back in the early 90s, there was a rerun of the Japanese show called G-Force.
That's okay.
Yeah, and this is basically a revitalizing of the show. I don't know. But the Japanese name of it is called Gatchaman, and they've kind of redone this series. I haven't actually watched the new version of it, but they've done another series called Gatchaman Crowd, and I am curious to know how closely related Gatchaman Crowds is to the original Gatchaman. It says that this is the 55th anniversary of the studio. So, and it says the anime is going to have a different story than the original manga. So, I'm curious. I kind of want to revisit my G-Force days, back when I was really young.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I was about to say, that's like you said, that was in the 90s. Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. That was one of the first anime that I watched, even before I found Toonami and all that kind of stuff. So it's a show that's dear to my heart, and I kind of want to find it and rewatch it all just so I can pull some of those memories from my childhood and cement them into my mind now. And things that I do remember about it, I want to see, did I remember it accurately? Because a lot of memories that you have when you were a child is you just didn't understand what they were talking about. I thought they all rode motorcycles, and it's no, the main guy rode a motorcycle. Everybody else had something completely different. So it's
just like Disney movies. You rewatch them as an adult, and you're like, wow, that is way different than I am close to remembering it. Holy crap! Yeah, and all of a sudden, all the lines and everything that they say, and you're like, oh, that's what they were meaning. Yeah.
Yeah. And another thing is, it's one thing that I'm iffy about, just like how you dropped it as soon as you got to the third word of the synopsis. It's the CG part of it.
A full it is a full 3D CG anime. That scares me more than anything else.
So I'm curious to see, one, I'm it's the show from my childhood, so I'm definitely going to watch it. Two, I'm I hope they do a good job with the CG, because the trailer looks kind of cool, but
I don't know. I never watched the trailer because obviously I saw CG and went, nope. But looking at just the picture that they have for it there, I'm just it doesn't look the greatest, honestly. And I don't know. It might ruin things in your memory. So, I mean, right now, because it's not a fresh memory inside your mind, it might be okay. If you try to rewatch it and get those feelings back again, then when you go to watch this new one, it might completely ruin it for you.
Yeah, so it's good that I barely remember the old one. So I'm if I like it, I'm gonna go. Oh, I thought I'm looking at the details page. I thought it said 82 episodes. I was goddamn. It was a popularity. I don't know how many episodes it's gonna be. Hopefully, it's one core. So then I can watch this and be oh, okay, that was a nice 4 hours, and then I can go back and watch the older show and reminisce about my childhood. But yeah, it's a show that just popped up and be hey, remember this? I'm yes, I'll be there. So yeah, I'll let you know if it's any good.
I don't know. I might still skip it. It's CG. I have a problem with CG. Cannot stand it.
She's not an asshole, but she's a jerk.
She's not that bad. She's bad. Yeah. She's just not that.
Yeah,
bad.
She's a huge brat.
All right, this seems like it could be something interesting. It's a different take on it, and it's something I don't think anyone's done before. So I'm curious to see how well it transfers over.